We're in Nebraska talking with Rusty Nelson, and people would be very happy to know he is alive and well.
Why?
Because there's a lot of people worried about you. Could you just give us some background on how it came about that you ended up on the registry?
Well, I was arrested for taking pictures of a minor, and they couldn't produce the minor. They couldn't produce the pictures, anything like that. I had been associated with the Franklin Credit Union, and they'd basically followed me all over the country. I lived in my van for years. I didn't stay hardly anywhere more than 3 weeks. I just wanted to distance myself from Franklin. It wasn't my actions in Franklin. It was just that I was an innocent bystander that was drug into the picture.
Now, if people want to know more on the background of that, they can read Senator John DeCamp's book, The Franklin Coverup.
Yeah, they can read that.
And you were only involved in that for a brief time, actually.
Yeah, about a year.
About a year.
Yeah.
But as a consequence,
87, 88.
You became a target for...
a lot. It was a witch hunt, is what they made it into. I have no problem shooting nudes or anything like that. I look at it as the human form is a piece of art. They said the girl gave me a fake ID. And, I said, well, who's the girl? Show me the girl and show me what the deal is on this. And they couldn't.
So you can respond. How do you respond to charges like that?
Their charges, the other thing was, I said, no, well, I get the chance to face my accuser in court. And they said, no, because she's a minor, she doesn't have to testify.
And they even admitted you had a signed form, consent form.
Yes.
And couldn't they at least give you some tangible proof that there was some justifiable reason to charge you with anything?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I was very tenacious about getting releases, and on the release it says under penalty of perjury they affirm that they are of 18 or they're full legal age. And I was just totally at a loss.
You're just thrown in jail under these extreme circumstances, and no means to financial means.
They wiped me out. I had over 250,000 pictures with me when I was arrested, and I was moving back home, and they confiscated my van, my camper, and all the pictures. I didn't get a single picture back.
And those were pictures mostly of?
Scenery. These were National Geographic quality pictures. I'm very, very meticulous with my photography work when it comes to the scenics especially. And a lot of these were historic pictures. Cattle drive, all these different types of things. And they're just gone.
And what justification did they give for keeping the pictures that were not related to the charges?
They kept saying, well, they're misplaced and this and that, and the next thing, basically what happened is they were destroyed because there were pictures of Franklin in there. And John DeCamp even seen some of them. He was the only person on my side who actually got in to see the pictures before they were destroyed.
So do you think that, all in all, that this whole targeting of you is basically to discredit you because of your relationship with the Franklin scandal?
Yes.
And nothing whatsoever to do with actual sexual offenses? No.
And I was told the conviction rate on plea bargain in Multnomah County in Oregon was 98.6% that were found guilty by plea bargain. On mine, I took it as a no contest because I was told that I'd be able to open it up again and fight it once I had the means to do so, and they wouldn't do it. They came around and woke me up every 15 minutes to a half hour, and they would do this continuously for days on end, and actually weeks on end, and you just are not yourself, and different forms of mental illness set in. They send you down to the doctor. Doctor prescribes you medication. You start taking this medication, and that in hopes of getting better, and all you end up doing is becoming an addict to it. You've got to have it, because getting off of it or going without it induces seizures, induces withdrawals, all these things. You'll have to tilt that down a
So
little
these
bit.
are some of the medications you take on a daily basis.
That's a day's worth. Little red guy.
Yeah.
Lyrica. That's for seizures and that.
What kind of medications were you on before you were incarcerated?
Nothing.
And how many medications are you on, or how many did you become placed on under incarceration?
54
Different medications.
prescriptions.
Simultaneously?
It's a lot of pills.
And were they forcibly
Some were. They wanted to give me a shot when they had me in prison, and I wouldn't let them do it because I was advised by the lawyer not to. Well, they came and forcibly gave it to me anyway.
How did they force you to take this injection?
They took 4 guys and held me down
And were you threatened if you didn't?
with shotguns, 2 shotguns.
Aimed at you
Yes,
at the
in my
time?
head.
And what did they say?
He said, you are going to take it, and you're going to get it, and that's all there is to it.
And if you don't?
And if you don't, if you resist, we will shoot you.
And they meant it.
Oh, they meant it.
And what do you think was in that injection?
I don't remember what the shot was even for anymore. But
You said it was supposed to be like a tuberculosis.
yeah, tuberculosis is what it was.
But it was real.
Yeah, it was a larger needle than, it was like a 16 gauge needle, which was a very large needle for something like that. That's more of the size they get plasma from. And, the tuberculosis shot is a very fine needle. So, either they were wanting to inflict pain, or I don't know what was in the syringe.
Do you think it's possible there could have been some device?
No, there could have been a chip planted in me. I'm pretty sure that they did
Like
at one time.
a tracking device?
Yes. It's just,
But you report regularly to someone who changes your prescriptions
yeah.
now and then.
Yeah, there's 2 different things they have. They've got a community service worker. It's basically like a parole officer that comes up and sees me once a week, and then.
Well, it would feel like a parole officer.
Oh yeah. Well, he's an ex-cop. He's a retired cop.
Well, does he have medical expertise?
Not really.
So you're kind of in a chemical straitjacket here.
Yeah, exactly.